I actually talked to my son, he's about to turn 17. So he's a younger generation, and as soon as they see anything that's AI generated, they immediately disregard it as garbage. Doesn't matter if it's art or video or whatever, they just see it as this is AI generated. And I see that with comments too online. If you see a comment or whatever, a posting, and they're, this is AI generated, they won't get past the first two sentences if you recognize, this is ChatGPT. But it is interesting because there is a retro feeling where my son is actually looking at, they love the old record players, the tape, like videotape recorders. They love that retro feel because there's buttons, there's something physical that you click and press. And that becomes like the cool thing to have. I mean, I think the old flip phones now are pretty much in style, and same with the Sony Walkmans. So they love having that kind of like thing versus having, because I'm like, why do you want a camera that actually, you have to take a picture? Your phone does that. And they're like, no, this is really cool. This is what we like playing with this. I'm like, it doesn't make sense.
So you're saying we should invest in Kodak again?
Pretty much. I think so.
But I think there's probably a line there that we can draw between content creation and AI tools for increased efficiency and experience. And I think that's where AI is strong. I don't think people want AI necessarily to create art or music or even design. Even what I'm talking about, this platform, that could still be all human generated content. So instead of designing a site, you're just working in that framework. But it just makes a lot of the things that we want to be easy really a lot easier. And if you can think of someone, let's even look at something like teaching kids about history. Imagine that your site has a lot of good human written content, but you can package it in a way of someone from the 1800s delivering a talk about American history or anything like that, and it feels more authentic and it changes the experience. And I think it's things like that. And then also, if you can do your grocery shopping and just say, I want this brand of this, without having to go and actually manually search and click it.
Yeah, I totally agree.
So much better.
Day-to-day tasks, right? Task-orientated stuff like shopping, like just buying stuff, just like tasks you don't really, you don't want to really be emotionally connected to, like art or like content. You just want to get the job done. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's open doors for AI because no one really cares.
But then you think even things like art, there's no reason that you couldn't be representing and showing real art on the sort of feeds to be able to discuss it and build people's appreciation of it. It should be anything that is AI, keep AI where it's really useful, still appreciate and foster humans actually generating all the cultural things that we want. But I wouldn't mind looking at if I could go through again and look at any of the famous art galleries and be able to actually see an artwork pulled up on my screen and be able to talk about it, maybe understand the paint techniques and that's really for learning. That's invaluable.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Or even critiquing a movie I just think that there's got to be boundaries of like, right, we don't necessarily want AI just rehashing things that are done already. And I think people will find that balance and realize that, okay, well, it's not necessarily what people want. So, but it still has a place.
I think if we touched upon the people who create this, create videos or create websites or create things to drive traffic to them, they got to adapt to being basically they're being cited versus being visited. So your traditional revenue generating models of ads and things like that are going to have to change. And like if you're an authoritative person on that content, I think those will probably obviously surface more through the AI, which hopefully it raises that kind of bar for creators who are developing the content. But then again, that's like the whole shift where you may not get the actual expert, you just get somebody who's very good at talking about it versus somebody who actually knows about it. Just like the top 10 in SEO, you may not be the best or the most popular, it's just that you know how to optimize your website, so you automatically become the most visited site. So there's definitely going to be shifts in how and who like gets surfaced.